Hey guys, Stefan Kesting from GrappleArts.com. Thanks to Richie for coming down to help me with something today. And that something is a couple of concepts, a couple of strategies that should really help you with your guard passing. One will work mostly in the club, although if you're willing to do the reconnaissance, it'll work in tournament too. The other one will work everywhere. It'll work in the club, it'll work in tournament. So, concept number one. If the club that I train at, everyone does kneel and guard passes, then everyone who has a guard will be really good at defending the kneeling guard passes. They'll be good at defending the kneeling smash passes. They'll be good at defending the over-under. They'll be good at defending the sleeping bag type passes and sprawling. And it's not necessarily because they know the magic techniques, it's because they get to try it out all the time. Everyone's always passing on the knees, therefore they're good at defending against people who are passing on the knees. Other clubs have got a ton of standing guard passing, right? They're really good at the kick passes, they're good at the toreandos, they're good at, maybe even the old school leg throw pass. There's a whole bunch of standing passes, there are a whole bunch of kneeling passes. So if you're at a school where everyone does kneeling passes, I think you should develop a few standing passes as well. And you'll find the level of resistance that you get, the level of skill that people can resist those passes with will be a lot less. Similarly, if you're at a school where everyone does standing passes, everyone's a master of the kick pass or X pass or the toreando, you should develop some kneeling, low to the ground, smashing style passes because people won't be as good at defending that. Now, can you use that in tournament? Maybe. If you know that I'm fighting Richie and I know because somebody told me that everybody at Richie's school does standing guard passes, well then maybe it's time to get the kneeling guard passes out of the toolkit and apply them. So you can use that in tournament a little bit, but mostly it's how to do better at school and diversify your game. The other concept here, Richie, if you could come with your head towards the camera, please. To illustrate the second concept, the second strategy that you can use, ask yourself, if you lie flat on your back, if you have to go to half guard, what side of half guard are you better at? Are you better being on your right side? Is that your right side? Yeah, that's your right side. Or are you better on your left side? Most people are better on their right side. That's because most people pass the guard to my left, to your right, if you're defending on the bottom. One way or another, 60 or 70% of the time, people will try and pass this way. They'll do their knee cuts mostly to this side, mostly to my left, to the left of the passer, to the right of the defender. Most of the time, they'll be coming here. They'll do their kick passes if they're standing. Most of the time, to my left, not to my right. This isn't a perfect rule, it's only a 60 or 70% rule, but what it means is that if you want to get a big bump in your guard passing, develop some guard passes that go to your right. People are so much better at defending on this side. Probably, when I asked that question about half guard, probably you said that you were more comfortable in the half guard when you've got your opponent's right leg trapped than the left leg trapped. Considering how often a guard pass turns into a half guard battle, and just considering how much more time people spend defending guard passes this way as opposed to this way, it means that you're going to be running into a lesser level of skill, a greater level of unfamiliarity when you're passing to your right. So, thank you very much. The actual guard passes themselves are irrelevant. Develop both standing and kneeling passes, at least a couple. So if you're running into a guy who's got really good defense, low down against your kneeling passes, that you stand up and try and dance past them. Similarly, if you've got a guy whose legs are all over the place, you can defend every one of your fancy stepping passes, you get down on the ground, you get your over-under, and you grind into him. So that's maybe a mid-match strategy change. The other one, learn to pass to your right. I think those two concepts will really help you with your guard passing game. All right, if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel. Please leave a comment. I really enjoy them. I do read them all, and especially right after a video gets posted, I try to respond to the ones that aren't a level above, like, you suck, I hate you, your gi stinks, what is it, jiu-jitsu stuff, why don't you do a real martial art like ninjutsu or taekwondo. If you're not leaving a comment like that, I'll do my best to respond to it. Take care and good luck with your training.